Hello, this is wmpyr here to talk about some punching stuff real quick. So I've been working on the punching bag right here, and wanted to show you guys. These are the gloves that I use. So far I have 4 different gloves. So I got these two are the more larger, heavier size, and then I got this one that is a little bit smaller, or should I say quite a bit smaller, and then this is like this one is a bare minimum. Okay, so I make sure that when I train on the punching bag to use all of these. I don't just favor one. And why do I do that? The idea comes exactly the same from Filipino martial arts. I borrow the same concept, what I teach. Not all Filipino martial arts people do this, but I try to teach people not to favor your sticks. Okay, so a lot of people might find a pair of sticks and they go, I really like these, and that's all they use. If you're very interested in real life self-defense and improvised weapons, then I believe it is important to train with a variety of different sticks, different lengths, different sizes, different weight, different materials that it's made of. So I think when you do that, then you kind of get used to the variety, and you're not favoring one. You become better at adapting, and that's what's so important. If you're going to improvise weapon and you're going to grab a baseball cap or grab a wrench or whatever for self-defense, you don't want to just be like, oh, this doesn't feel like the sticks that I always use. This doesn't feel like my favorite sticks. You don't want that kind of mentality. So same thing with this, Plus, when you do that, and when you train with the different sticks, okay, you're going to notice that different sticks have different benefits, different pros and cons. So the ones that are a little bit longer, a little bit heavier, they're kind of like this one right here. They give more momentum because they're heavier and longer. It takes more leverage to move it, and once it gets going, it kind of almost it moves you in a sense. So the heavier gloves kind of have that effect for me. So when I throw it wearing those, I could feel the weight of the gloves, and it kind of helps me with my body mechanics. Now using the lighter gloves like this one right here, this is definitely, because it's so thin, when I hit, I totally feel my knuckles, and also the wrist and everything. So it kind of helps me have to work on not jacking up my wrist, and also helps me work on what area of the knuckles that I'm hitting in. So when I put in the snap, and helps me work on those kinds of angles. So different gloves give different benefits, just like different sticks will give different benefits to you as well, So that's one of the things I highly, highly recommend. And now let me go into a different subject, still related. And this is something that I saw Bruce Lee say in an interview, this was like 20 years ago. I saw a video, documentary, and Bruce Lee was talking about JKD and stuff. And in this video in particular, they were asking him about the difference between Kung Fu and Karate. And he was saying that the main difference in the punching style is that Karate is like hitting something with a staff. You get a bow staff and you're stabbing it, as hard as you can. That's a karate punch. He said something like that. I'm not exactly accurate here, but something along those lines. And he said a kung fu punch, on the other hand, is like an iron ball with a chain on it, and you throw that ball. So he said that was the difference. And so what I did back in the day, I made sure to practice both ways of punching. So I would practice the staff, like just penetrating through, and it's just solid. And then I also practice this ball and chain type punching, where it's that actually goes very well with Filipino martial arts, because it's not like a whip-like motion. You have a lot of snap in that if you're like throwing a ball kind of method. So I made sure to practice both of those and keep them separate. But more in recent times, I found that you could combine the two. So I've been practicing that, and I really feel that you can definitely combine the two, and the really good practitioners of martial arts do. they do that. So their punch is very rigid in a sense that it has structure and support, like the bow staff, where it's going to hit hard and it stays there, so it crushes anything that it hits. But also, it's going to have snap, just like the ball and chain, the iron ball and chain being thrown. So I feel like it's 100% possible to combine the two. So I just wanted to mention that. But I think it's also important to get there. You want to separate the two and practice both of those methods separately, and then combine it. But once you do get to the point where you're combining it, you still practice them separately to, just to keep polishing and to keep your technique sharp. But anyway, that's just something I wanted to mention to you guys. Hope you found it interesting. Thank you for viewing, and take care, folks.